Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to list the top 10 craziest celebrity deaths. But before we begin with today's topic, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10. Michael Jackson. Everything about Michael Jackson's life was strange, so it should come as no surprise that his death in 2009 at the age of 50 was as strange as everything else about the self-proclaimed king of pop. Dr. Conrad Murray, Michael Jackson's personal physician, prescribed the powerful anesthetic propofol to help him sleep as he prepared for a series of comeback concerts. However, propofol proved to be too powerful, and Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009. In 2011, Dr. Conrad Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. Number 9. Sonny Bono. In 1998, he died after skiing into a tree while on vacation in Lake Tahoe. He was Cher's ex-husband and the writer of the classic song, I Got You Babe. He became a U.S. congressman and was leading a successful political career when he died. Sonny Bono, 62, appeared to be in good health when he skied off a trail and into a tree for no apparent reason. More bizarrely, Sonny Bono's wife at the time, Mary Bono, took over his congressional seat and then blamed the skiing accident on Sonny Bono's alleged prescription drug addiction. The coroner, however, discovered no evidence of drugs in Sonny Bono's system at the time of his death. Number 8. William Holden. Many classic Hollywood films starred William Holden. He was also a heavy drinker, which contributed to his strange death at the age of 63. William Holden was alone and drunk in his apartment in Santa Monica, California on November 12, 1981, when he slipped on a rug, cut his forehead on a bedside table, and bled to death. 4 days later, his body was discovered, and the coroner determined that William Holden could have easily survived had he been sober enough to call for help after cutting his head. Number 7. Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin, also known as the crocodile hunter on television, was a larger-than-life Australian wildlife expert. So it seemed strange when Steve Irwin was killed in 2006 after being stung in the heart by a stingray barb while filming Ocean's Deadliest. The stingray attack was described as a 1 in a million occurrence that would almost certainly not be repeated. In fact, Steve Irwin's death is thought to be the only stingray fatality ever captured on video. Carl Switzer. Carl Switzer was the original Alfalfa in the Our Gang short films and later on the Little Rascals television show as a child. As a result, Carl Switzer's murder in 1959 at the age of 31 was quite shocking. Carl Switzer went on to play minor roles in films and work as a dog breeder and hunting guide as an adult. Switzer was shot in the groin on January 21, 1959 in a bizarre series of events involving a dispute over $50 that Switzer felt he was owed for training a hunting dog. Number 5. Dar Robinson. Dar Robinson was a legendary stuntman who set 21 world records and broke 19 world records, including jumping off the CN Tower in Toronto, Canada in 1980. Robinson also invented the decelerator, a dragline cable used instead of an airbag for stunts involving jumping from great heights. The decelerator enabled a cameraman to capture a top-down view of a stuntman falling without revealing an airbag on the ground. Dar Robinson performed stunts for a number of highly successful television shows and films in the 1970s and the 1980s, including Magnum Force, Rollerball, The Fall Guy, and To Live and Die in LA. Dar Robinson worked on one of his final films, Lethal Weapon, which is dedicated to his memory. Robinson never broke a bone in his body during his entire career. Robinson accidentally drove his motorcycle off a cliff while filming a stunt for the film $1 Million Mystery in 1986. An inquest into Dar Robinson's death determined that he accidentally hit the motorcycle's accelerator rather than the brake, causing it to fly off the cliff. Number 4. John Denver. He sang sweet songs about Rocky Mountain highs and sunshine on his shoulders, and those sweet melodies propelled John Denver to the forefront of the 1970s singer-songwriter movement. He was also a conservationist and a political activist who worked to protect the environment from corporate development. John Denver was also a skilled pilot, having logged nearly 3,000 hours in the air. So it was strange on October 12, 1997, when John Denver flew his personal plane over the Pacific Ocean until the fuel ran out and the plane crashed into the water, killing him instantly. More bizarre, John Denver's pilot license was suspended at the time of his death due to a string of drunk driving convictions. The media speculated that John Denver committed suicide because his second marriage was on the rocks at the time of his death. An inquest into his death, however, ruled it an accident and stated that the fuel in the experimental Rutan Long Easy aircraft was accidentally discharged by John Denver, who was still learning how to fly the plane at the time of his death. Number 3. Spalding Gray. Spalding Gray, though little known, was a character actor and fixture on the New York theater scene in the 1980s and 1990s. Spalding Gray, on the other hand, died in an unusual way. After seeing Tim Burton's Big Fish with his 2 sons, Spalding Gray returned home and then boarded the Staten Island ferry, jumping off the side into New York's East River and committing suicide on January 11, 2004. He was reported missing and even featured on an episode of the TV show America's Most Wanted before his body was discovered by 2 fishermen in the East River. Number 2. Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley, a now legendary singer-songwriter who was regarded by the music press as the next big thing in American rock, released only 1 album before his untimely death at the age of 30. Jeff Buckley's 1994 album Grace is considered one of the best in the rock canon, and Rolling Stones magazine named Jeff Buckley one of the best singers of all time. Buckley died on May 29, 1997 in Memphis, Tennessee, while swimming in a Mississippi River channel. Buckley had jumped into the river while singing the Led Zeppelin song Whole Lotta Love while wearing all of his clothes and boots. He never returned, and his body was discovered 2 days later in the nearby Wolf River Harbor. Buckley's death was ruled an accident because no drugs or alcohol were found in his system. Ironically, he had arrived in Memphis earlier that day to record the follow-up to his only album Grace. Number 1. Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke is another all-time great singer who wrote hit songs like Cupid, Chain Gang, Wonderful World, and Twisting the Night Away. Between 1957 and 1964, Sam Cooke had 30 top 40 hits. After his death, he had 3 top 40 hits. Unfortunately, Cooke died at the age of 33 in 1964 under truly bizarre circumstances. After running into the front office of the Hacienda Motel in Los Angeles, naked, drunk out of his mind, and screaming that his clothes had been stolen, Cooke was fatally shot by the manager. Cooke had apparently checked into the dive motel earlier that evening with a prostitute who stole Cooke's wallet and most of his clothes once he was drunk in the hope that it would keep him from running after her. An inebriated Sam Cooke dashed into the motel manager's office wearing only a sports jacket and 1 shoe. He confronted the manager, Bertha Franklin, and demanded to know where he could find the woman he was with. Cooke was shot in the heart by Bertha Franklin in response. The shooting was ruled justifiable homicide after several investigations. "Lady, you shot me," Sam Cooke said as he died. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off for now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.